Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Gran Turismo 7, where we're going to be jumping in for a Nations Cup race for you today. So I didn't think I would be taking part in this round of the Nations Cup, as it is a rally stage, and we all know my feelings on rallying on Gran Turismo 7. So we're going to jump in for my first and only race during this session. I just wanted to do one as I had a little bit of time, and then get our points and get out of here. We do know that rallying is very unpredictable on Gran Turismo 7, especially the jumps. We did a little bit of practice, but my time was not the best, so we're going to be starting here down in P4. There we are in our Focus rally car. We also have the green bullet right behind us. So getting on to the start of the race, here we are at Fisherman's Ranch, the full circuit here. So let's see what we can do. Coming in to the first corner here, making sure we get it stopped. However, we do overrun it slightly. We're going to go into the back of the Brit there, firing into the barrier. So we're trying to back off without getting in the way of the cars behind, so he can gain that position back. Now coming through the second jump here, we're going to be going side by side. A little bit of wheel banging action here as we get a very unusual landing there. So the German is going to be up the inside. There's going to be a little bit of contact. We're trying to get it stopped, and then we just see the green bullet go flashing past. So we're going to keep hold of our P4. We also have a pretty good gap to the cars behind. So now we can just focus on catching back up with this Brit, now that we don't have any fighting to do. Now let's take you on a little bit of a, not a track guide, but a little bit of a lap around the course. Coming through here, this is a very difficult corner. You have to get this slow down, otherwise you will be going into the barrier. We then have the switchbacks here. Now it's very important to get it slowed down very early here. Get it nice and tight. You don't want to drift too much around these sort of corners. But it does seem that drifting is the fastest way to go. Not around the switchbacks, but at least around the faster corners. As you can see here, coming down to change my brake balance, we really want to get the rear swinging out, so we're going to change it down to 2 to the rear. We also want to change the four-wheel drive to 50-50, which I did before the race. Coming through this very fast sweeping section into this big banky boy, we're going to try and get it stopped and drift it around the corner. A little bit too much of a drift there as we almost go into the barrier on the exit, but luckily we managed to survive, getting it drifting around this other corner. So I am on the controller for this one, as I just had a little bit of time. I just wanted to do one race and see basically what all the fuss was about. So we are on the controller. We didn't want to get the wheel set up for this one. Coming through to the next section of switchbacks. It is nice once you get it right, but it is incredibly difficult, and especially with the jumps being so unpredictable as they are. As you can see here, coming through, can we get a good landing on the next jump? Yes, we do. And then we go drifting all the way to the barrier here, keeping on the throttle as much as we can. Through the final corner, that is going to be one lap of Fisherman's Ranch. Making sure we get it stopped this time for this corner. The first corner, very difficult, very deceptive, as you have a jump into a tight hairpin, or not a hairpin, but a tight left-hander. Then we're going to fast forward a little bit later in the lap here as we come to the next big jump, and for some reason I just get fired into the barrier. Have no reason why, but then you want to keep your eye on Michael, who is up in front with quite a good lead. Suddenly just disconnects. Must have got booted from the lobby or had to go have dinner or something. Of course, it is quite late during the day on this one. So we're going to be up into P3. Can we get a good landing over the next jump? We certainly do. We're moving now to lap 3. You're going to see the yellow flags here coming out as both the cars in front of us, P1 and P2, crashed in exactly the same spot, in exactly the same manner. Just getting shot left after the jump. We're going to be up into P2. We managed to gain 1 position from the leader, but the Brit up in front managed to hold on to his position. Coming now to lap 4, we're going to be right behind Vandetta. It's going to get it all kinds of wrong coming over the next big jump. So we're going to gain that position as he goes firing into the barrier. So now we're in first position. We just have to try and run away with this, making sure that we keep it nice and clean and tidy, and hoping that everyone behind makes some sort of mistake. However, we made a mistake here as we just get fired into the barrier on the jump. But we're going to keep hold of our position here. On now to a little bit further down the lap as we make a mistake here going into the barrier just before this little jump. And that's going to set me up for disaster coming through the switchbacks. As we get it all kinds of wrong coming up here, and we're going to go too wide. That's going to allow the Brit to get alongside momentarily. Again, going a little bit too wide here, and that's going to allow the Brit right behind us. Little bump on the bumper, but it's all good in rallying. We just hit a little bit of a bump there ourselves and get fired into the other barrier. So we're going to go back down to P2. Still about half of the race left to go, or half of the lap left to go. However, we do go into the barrier once again here off that fast sweeping section. Over the jump, I didn't see the barrier in time, and yeah, just go flying into it. So we're going to have damage on both of our front tyres. So we're going to try and keep hold of P2. We don't want to lose to the German behind. See if we can gain any time on the Brit up ahead. Over the next big jump, let's try and get a good landing here. Of course, you can't really get a good landing, it's all basically luck. But that is how it was going to end on this one. Coming home in P2, not bad for our first and only attempt. Vandetta here was a A-rated driver, so very fast driver, and we did our best to keep up. But that is going to do it for this video. Do let me know down in the comments what you thought of the Nations Cup. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.